Strap in, baby dolls. It's your favorite time again. Doom scrolling Twitter Roonies. First up, we have who is the best trash talker in the UFC?
You've made your last two opponents cry with your trash talk. Who do you think is the best trash talker in the UFC?
Yeah, I like Drickus for sure.
Yeah, to be honest with you, DDP, I mean, he's really witty.
You have to give it to Conor McGregor. Probably Conor
McGregor. Conor's good, man. That's how he made his checks.
I don't know how he does it. He says these one-liners that could just be t-shirts immediately after he said it. He can break.
So, yeah, friends, it's interesting. Many people, their minds blow when, because sport is sport. But then you dip into the world of UFC and boxing and this entertainment stuff. And then you start to learn about businesses and marketing and branding and it's all the same shit. Okay, literally sports, no matter what it is, friends. It all comes down, money has to be involved. Okay, money's only involved when people care about it. Okay, when there's a lot of money, a lot of people care. How do you make people care? Just got to start poking buttons. That's it. They bring rivalries out. People swear at each other. They fight. The media covers it. By the way, this is literally just the microcosm. It's just showing you exactly crypto. How do you get people to care about stuff? It is what it is, right? It's drumming everything. And we love that. People love that spectacle. Because crypto, right? Remember, friends, crypto, we're digital nations, yeah? You hold a crypto. I know people don't think about it. They just think about it. You're just a Ponzi coin. But yeah, man, you're holding the jersey of a team on the internet. It's international. It's global, right? And everyone shills it all around the world. You're trying to get everybody into the team, right? They're literally flags. Yeah, when you're holding like a jersey and a flag, and people probably want to kill each other. Look at Bitcoin maxis and Ethereum maxis, for example. So more progress is being made as time goes on. Where we figure out, hey, how do we get people to care? Obviously you got to fend for memes, cults, religions, right? You got to really make people care. That's why a lot of these biggest boxing matches and stuff out here, the ones that people care about, UFC, it's when there's shit talking before. There's a story behind it. That's humans, man. We all want to see this. So the more people find out the formulas to this, the growth rates of crypto go down over time because there's not as much opportunity for us because the market gets better at pricing it in. But you and I are still early, right? Just like, friends, if you go to early stock market stuff, Benjamin Graham is basically the mentor of Warren Buffett. He's talking about, hey, this is how you measure cash flow and how you price a company based off its revenue and its cash flow. Because back then, friends, everybody had no idea how to buy a stock. People were just looking at a stock. They're like, oh, this thing is worth 10 cents. I wonder if it can get to 20 cents. They have no idea what's this market cap, how much cash flow money does it make per year, right? So these things are still being discovered in crypto as well, and we're still early. That's awesome. So we have another message here. We got Cheds. Bitcoin looks heavy on the 4-hour. As consolidation needs completion. So, look at this. For your information, for my friends looking for somewhere to trade, shilling is exchange. Okay, so, yeah, friends, look, man, it's 4-hour chart. Do you need me to tell you more? 4-hour chart. Let's actually crank it just a little bit as well. It's a 4-hour chart, Habibi. 4 hours. You know me, friends. I'm looking at the 6-month chart. I'm looking at the monthly charts. I'm looking at weeklies. When you're looking at 4-hour, man, when you study the leaves, you miss out on the forest completely. Here we have some ChainLink stuff. ChainLink is law, security, and truth.
Crypto policy report. A ChainLink diagram and a clear recognition that oracles are critical infrastructure for smart contracts.
So this is in the Genius Stablecoin Act. So ChainLink, friends, is a family-friendly coin. And what I mean by family-friendly is in didn't get attacked by the SEC. They're on every exchange. It looks like they're going to do well and do okay. They're not going to give you the highest multiple. All right, but it's family friendly for me in terms of if you're stepping outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's actual utility. Everyone knows about it and stuff like here. Now, its price on the ETH ratio is absolutely trash. I think, though, it can do this. I think it can basically go back to this retrace zone against Ethereum. Obviously, you hope it'll go up forever, but probably not. Okay, probably going to do something like that, hopefully. This is still huge, man. This is like a 6 to 7x here. That's like anywhere from $150 to $200 linky. Okay, that'd be great. That'd be like 100 billion market cap. Hopefully it cranks on more. We'll see. Richard Hart and his monkey pegging a Sasquatch picture. Do you want alpha that nobody is telling you? You should be stacking the 4 cryptos that will be marketed on electronic devices to millions of people. Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Pump.Tires. Thoughts? Are you holding these 4 Richard Hart products? So we do have the PulseChain marketing stuff coming out soon. I guess they're being delivered and stuff out here. So hopefully that happens because, yeah, we've been waiting a very, very, very long time. This is gold. Here we have Justin Bonds. Justin Bond's turbo fodder of pretty much everything. He writes his like 55-page threads. He still misses the point about stuff, you know. He's one of those dudes where he goes, Ethereum can't scale, so its fundamental value is 0. You know what I mean? Like, bro, XRP has proven you guys wrong. And it proved me right. The community is the asset, not your shitty code, okay? It doesn't matter about your code. It's all open source anyway. The market's smart. It can copy-paste the best code from other people and put it into their own network, okay? We already see these things are valued like networks. Satoshi Nakamoto was a big blocker. This contradicts maxi narratives as it exposes the capture and resulting pivot of BTC. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's just going to cheer stuff. Remember, friends, altcoins are severely undervalued still by the whole market. Everybody's saying, no alt season, no alt season. Right? Friends, I've got to remind you, at $1,400 ETH, podcasts stopped. People untagged .eth from their name, okay? And they said Ethereum has no narrative. It'll never have a narrative. The narrative is never captured. And I told you, the narrative is fugazi. It is the N-word. It's trash. It means nothing. It's cheap prices. There is no narrative that's good when things are cheap. And then there is no narrative that's bad when things are up. You have to buy low, sell high. You heard that mantra? It's kind of funny, friends. They're here, but they don't listen. Okay? We actually see, friends, most people just... Look, our emotions override, friends. That's literally one thing you learn from all the science, all the stuff. So your brain, this is interesting. This is how we all work. You've already made up your decision. Everything else follows after that is like cope. Yeah, that cognitive bias. Yeah, like you've seen that, right? When you hate someone, you just look for a reason to hate him. I just hate his brown shoes. I just hate his slanted posture. I just hate how he enjoys that room temperature water. You know what I mean? When you hate someone, you like him. When you like him, you look for everything to like him. It's the same thing in markets, right? When the dopamine's cut off and you want to click out, you just see stuff that makes you want to click out. And on the contrary, if you want to be bullish, you'll stay no matter what. And you might say, oh, but doesn't that mean bulls are biased? Yeah, but bro, Habibi, are you forgetting? Only one side of the equation is rich. The bulls. The bears aren't rich. Do you get it? Not a single bear is rich long term. Name me one. Oh, you can't name one. By the way, who gets to dump all the Ethereum and Bitcoin and stuff out here? People who've been holding for 5 to 10 years, right? Exactly. They were never bearish. Maybe they're bearish now. Guess what? Yeah, but they were bullish for 10 years. You see? Michael Chad Saylor. Soon every billionaire will buy $1 billion of Bitcoin and the supply shock will be great that will stop measuring BTC in terms of fiat.
But yeah, because once you get Bitcoin and it clicks in your mind, your immediate reaction is, oh, I got to hurry and buy as much as I can because someone else is going to go take all my Bitcoin away from me.
I love that talk. It's going to give FOMO. They're here for number gob, dude. We all know it. I know it. They're here for number gob. They don't actually believe in Bitcoin, okay? And I will tell you, when they see Ethereum cranking harder and altcoins cranking harder, they'll realize, wait a minute, I don't actually believe in this. I actually want the number to go up. That's what they're here to do, okay? This is interesting. Agent Chud, we put a warning on one or more recent posts because they might have sensitive content. Interesting. Took you long enough. I'm not even sure what he posted at. Probably some very sensitive stuff. Remember, friends, Grok is controlled by the ADL, just as a friendly reminder. Here we have Victor, my friend Victor. I think anyone that has a bullish long-term view on Ethereum should expect BitMiner to outperform it, especially from the current rather depressed MNAV. But I'm not particularly bullish on ETH long-term from here. Once again, friends, look, all I hear from all these people is that you're all bullish, the crowd's bullish, the crowd, too much euphoria. Bro, how come every single one of your posts is, I'm not bullish long-term, I'm not bullish, I'm not bullish. Everyone's bullish, but I'm not. No. Have you listened to everyone? Not everyone's bullish, dude. I didn't say that. I see everybody's skitzed. Okay. I'll tell you, friends. Okay, Wall Street cheat sheet. Okay. Remember we were partying last week? Do you remember? You smell that? Smell the euphoria? Guess what happened? One red daily candle cut us off. You saw that, yeah? I'll show it to you again. It was literally one red daily candle. And you can actually see it right here. Look at this. We were partying and partying. One red daily candle. We want to kill each other straight away. Okay, that's how you know you're bullish. Okay, over long term, because you climb the wall of worry. Because there's a lot of there's people waiting on the sidelines. They're not all in. That's right. Okay. At the top, what does the top look like? The top looks like where you go up. Obviously, the chart's not always the same, but you rise in, climb the wall of worry, skits. Then there is this part where you bull flag. And what happens is everybody comes in and does the thrill euphoria part. They go into thrill. Okay. They go into thrill and then it goes, bah! And then what actually happens is, this is interesting. So here, right, these moves are like 10%, 20%, 16%, and they make you lose your mind. Literally, you lose your mind. Okay. But what ends up happening is at the top up here, because you had this big dopamine hit, eventually it goes like bang. All right. And then suddenly you're down 38, 40, maybe even hits 50%. It goes like that, right? And then it's scary. But what happens is it comes back up here. You're like, oh, whoa. So you're not scared anymore. You're like, oh my gosh, whoa. You don't feel it. And you're like, that's why the crowd's not looking. Everybody's drunk off euphoria. This part, you're like, wait a minute, dude. You used to complain about 5% drops. Now we just drop 50 and you don't give a shit and we just come back up. You're like, yeah, man, because we're going to make it. We're like, we just need to cool off. We just got to do a higher low and then we're off to the moon, baby. That's what ends up happening. But actually, this is the lower high part where it starts to go like this. Then we have the anxiety, fear, depression, eventually like that. Okay, that's market cycles, yeah. But you're waiting for that euphoria point. When's that euphoria point gonna come? You'll see me. You'll see much later. I'll tell you right now, we're not euphoric when freaking one red day basically cuts everything off, -7%. We're definitely not euphoric. Also, got a friendly reminder as well here, friends. When you're looking at this, Bitminer and all the other treasury assets, I absolutely am not touching them. They are for lazy people. In terms of look, and they're really risky. They're risky as hell, man. They're so risky. I hope it works out, but just, man, why is it risky? Because Bitcoin treasury companies and Ethereum treasury companies. So obviously, friends, you're buying the stock as leverage exposure to the underlying. Yeah. The problem is, you are a sexually confused altcoiner. Okay, you're literally, some friends, you're literally still trapped in the closet. You're like, no, I'm not gay. I'm just into dudes. It's one of those people, you know what I mean? Like, friends, there are dudes out there. They call their wives like beards, right? Or like a gay dude will like have a woman, and then they call the beard as in like it's covering the face when because they maybe just don't want to tell their family that they're into dudes or whatever, So if you hold MicroStrategy or these Ethereum stuff, you're a gay dude trapped in the closet. You are. Because you're basically like, oh, I want to be safe with Bitcoin and Ethereum. I want number go up. But like I don't want to be with those shit coiners. Okay? That's how they see everything else. So they think they're taking like this really nice logical risk. No, dude, it's all leverage. You understand? We're all along the risk curve. You know that? All of us. We're all along the risk curve. We're all extensions of the global M2. Okay? So pretty much what they're doing is, this is what's happening here. I'll show you. So if you draw, let's just draw this, right? So Bitcoin is here, okay? So let's do this. So they have Bitcoin is here, and we're all along this risk curve. Okay, so you want, obviously, your risk, the price and the risk goes up, okay? The risk, yeah? So you hope as your risk goes up that your price return. So let's do your ROI, your return. You hope your thing, you want to, this is what happens over time, yeah? It goes up like this. So you actually find that some of these things are like off the charts. That's pretty much the risk curve, okay? You just draw a line. So this is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's just write Bitcoin here. You actually write Bitcoin, right? It's down here. So what ends up happening is people get the Bitcoin treasury money. So friends, they're looking at our altcoins down here, yeah? And what I'll do is I'll just add them here for you. Like they're looking at all of us here, right? And then these guys are like, what I'll do is I'll add the others too, right here. You can see this now. See, there's people in here, right? What they're doing is they're in denial. Okay, dude, you're still on the curve. Okay, you're still on the line. You're still on here. It's just that See, what they've done is, friends, it's basically, I'm not even exaggerating. It's literally like, no. Like, I'm not gay because my eyes were closed and I didn't like kissing that other dude. You know what I mean? That's it. These people in here, that's what they're trapped. Dude, you're trapped. Just come out here. I'll give you a little rainbow flag. And here it is. I've got your little rainbow flag. It's so true, man. It is so true. They're like, no. We're still cool. We're still cool. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but you're on the risk curve with the rest of us. All right. It's just we have accepted reality. You are. See, all these people, friends, are like, no. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We're gonna party. Our net asset value is never gonna go down. It's gonna be great. Sorry. No. You're effectively what the people who own these stocks, friends. The stocks, it's for lazy people. Like I said, it's lazy. It's kind of like, you know, like, okay, you don't want to go, you're lazy. You don't want to go bother picking up chicks, so you just go to a gay club because basically you're just going to get hounded, right? So it's the same thing, right? They're seeking higher number go up, but they don't want to go the whole way, you know? So they're like, you know, this Treasury company, it's got the Bitcoin and the Ethereum. I believe in them, but eventually you'll see, and they will see too, that, you know, you should just went the whole way, dude. Okay, you know, what are you here for? You're here for number go up. You don't really believe in this shit. You don't. And by the way, what do I mean by believe, okay? What do I actually mean by believe? Well, when global M2 goes down, okay, friends, I don't make many promises, remember? I can promise you this, though. Not if, but when this is global M2, yeah? Eventually, it's going to stop going up only, and it's going to go down at some point. When that happens, mark my words, there will be Bitcoin treasury companies, okay, who will gladly sell the shit out of it. They are lurking in here. There will be many companies in here. They will be selling as it goes down. And they go, oh, we don't like economic conditions anymore. Bitcoin isn't what we thought it would be. They'll go, oh, no, the development of Bitcoin isn't going fast enough. And I'll be saying, dude, but do you understand? Why did you buy in the first place? It has value because of the network. It's got nothing to do with the tech part. And you realize everything I've been saying is true. And then guess what's going to happen, unfortunately? The MicroStrategy, the BitMiner, they're leverage on it as well. And then you realize by the end of the cycle, oh, I should have just bought all the stuff at the very end of the risk curve, which is it right here. That's what it's going to come down to, you know? By the way, what I'm saying to you, tell me, has this happened before? Yes, every single cycle. Look at DogeCoin. Friends, DogeCoin was at the end of the risk curve last cycle. Do you know that? Let me show you. Friends, last cycle, DogeCoin was on the end of the risk curve. It was the end of the risk curve. You see? What are you thinking now? Oh, I wish I bought DogeCoins last cycle. Wish I bought gaming, metaverse, and DeFi too. Hex was also at the end of the risk curve, do you know? At the end of the last cycle. Hex was DeFi 2.0. It wasn't even DeFi 1. DeFi 1 is we've made a product, there's a supply and demand of yield, like, you know, you're providing liquidity for Uniswap or Aave, DeFi money markets. Hex is literally just, here's inflation, and I'm going to put a game mechanic of hand it out. That's it. Okay? That's basically at the deepest part of the risk curve. It's basically the game is just to get the inflation, which is the T-share stuff out here. You see what I mean? Guess who won though? All right? Obviously not now, but who made the highest returns? You get it? Just going further down the risk curve. It's just all these people here, they've got the rainbow flag. They're like there's the denial. Because fans, what actually, I guess tough, because they finally start to believe in crypto because they've listened to Michael Saylor, and he doesn't believe in the 4-year cycle. He thinks we're going to go up only and everything's going to be great eventually. That's why, man, when these things eventually come down, yeah, I'm telling you, they're just gonna wish that they just went and they just freaking went balls deep. Okay, not in obviously hairy, sweaty dude, but into the just altcoins and realize, oh my gosh, should is buying stuff that is just has basic network effects, which the market said was worth 0. This is the MicroStrategy BTC ratio, so we're gonna watch that closely. So you learn a lot today, friends. You and I are doom scrolling the world together. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.